Hi, my name is Don Carter. I'm a professional therapist and a life coach, and I'm in personal recovery myself. Having spent almost 3 decades gathering the knowledge and experience to help myself and other people grow, break out of life problems, overcome addictions, and heal from the past, it's my mission in life to make the best tools, programs, and skills that I've gathered over the years available to as many people as possible. The fact that you're on this page now tells me that you may be experiencing abandonment issues that cause problems in your relationships. And maybe it's toxic shame attacks that prevent you from becoming all you can be. Or maybe it's angry outbursts that just seem to, quote, get triggered in your most important relationships. Or maybe you have a treatment-resistant depression, as they like to call it, similar to post-traumatic stress from an abusive childhood, and you want to solve it fast. Now, I understand that, but I don't want to waste your time and tell you that I can get rid of all these issues in just a few days or even a few weeks. Because we both know that healing takes time, and it's dependent on how much effort you can manage to put forth. Now, if you're determined and desire to supply that effort, I do have a system that will help you through a healing process step by step. Thawing Childhood Abandonment Issues is part of my best-selling Thawing the Iceberg Series. You can find it on Amazon.com. Just go to that webpage and search Thawing the Iceberg Series, and all 4 of my books will appear there, and you can learn more about them. I learned how to heal abandonment issues, toxic shame, and other wounds of childhood through personal recovery and professional education. That's right, I was in your position before, and I've done this myself. I'm sure that I'm a counselor today because that's what God planned for my life. I believe that the things I've experienced have made me better able to understand my clients. I grew up in a family where depression, rage, abuse, and suicide were the norm. I lost my mother to suicide when I was 18 years old, and I began a 10-year addiction to alcohol and pot shortly after that. My younger sister went the same route after only 15 years. She was 41 years old, the same age as my mom when she died. You see, suicide leaves a legacy. By the time I was 29 years old, I was ready to go that same route. The only thing that stopped me was that I promised myself I'd never do that to my kids, and I had 2 at the time, a 3 and a 5-year-old. I refused to pass on that legacy to them, so I checked into a treatment center for my addictions in 1986. That was almost 30 years ago, and my life has been an incredible journey since then. By the grace of God, I've been able to remain sober, complete 2 college degree programs, achieve several certifications, and have had the privilege of helping thousands of adults, adolescents, and families find what they need for recovery. And I've experienced a connection with God that I'd never thought possible. Don't get me wrong, it's not always been easy, and I've chosen to return for more therapy several times over the years. Even though times can still be tough and hard things still happen in life, I can get through those times in healthy ways now. My passion is helping others find what I've found in life. I've made it my business to learn everything I can that will help me be the best helper I can be. And the result has been the Thawing the Iceberg Series. Thawing Childhood Abandonment Issues is an inner-child-focused approach for the identification and grieving of abandonment issues and the healing of unfinished business of childhood. Children go through specific developmental stages and must successfully accomplish developmental tasks to acquire the proper foundation to carry into the next stage of development in order to build a solid sense of self. When they don't get what they need along the way, these developmental accomplishments must be improvised through adaptations that we can call survival skills, such as people-pleasing, anti-dependence, approval-seeking, perfectionism, control issues, unrelenting standards, negativity, and pessimism, just to name a few. During the wounding process, the pain that accumulates during the first stage of development is carried forward as a foundation for the work of the second stage. Then the combined pain from the first and second stages are carried forward as a foundation for the experience of the third stage, and so forth. Similarly, the healing that accumulates as you work through the first stage in Thawing Childhood Abandonment Issues is carried forward as a foundation for the healing in the second stage. Then the combined healing from the first and second stages is also carried forward as a foundation for healing in the third stage, and so forth. So the healing process interrupts and even mimics the progressive nature of the wounding process. Identification and interruption of dysfunctional patterns opens up a space to insert something new. Thawing Childhood Abandonment Issues is designed to bring a laser-like focus to the identification of these adaptations as we work through the written and audio exercises. The program integrates an interactive workbook with approximately 60 MP3 audio programs that I've designed to help release blocked emotions and resolve childhood grief and loss issues. While the audios are not absolutely necessary, they will greatly enhance the healing process. Take particular note here. It's very important to develop what I call a safe container in which to do this work, because like any other healing process, there's pain involved with treatment or intervention of any kind. A safe container may consist of supportive friends and family, a 12-step group, a church group, a therapist, or all of the above. It's very important to develop that safe container in your outer world, because defense mechanisms will block your progress in your inner world if you don't have the external supports necessary to make it safe. Now, we all just instinctively know that healing is a journey. At first it gets worse before it gets better, but it does get better. Completing Thawing Childhood Abandonment Issues is not the whole journey. However, it is a journey that can be taken as many times as necessary in order to increase and solidify the gains that are made each time. I'm sure there must be a point where maximum gains have been made, but I've not found that in anyone in recovery yet, including myself. Repetition and intensity are the two mechanisms that burn things into our brain. That's why the military has created drill sergeants. Recursive loops through each of the 6 stages over the course of a few months or even a few years are sure to produce growth and healing. I hope you take a few minutes to review the rest of this page below the video and consider whether or not Thawing Childhood Abandonment Issues is the right program for you. Should you decide to sign up and find out later that it's not quite what you expected, then you can contact me by email within 30 days and I'll refund your money. No questions asked. It's my mission to help, not make things more stressful. When you're ready to sign up, just click the button at the bottom of this page.